We just finished recording QOQ episode 8. It was a good one. We talked about Ethan's time home,
The Murph,
the Murph,
some
AMC,
AMC stock. Like always, we always talk about stocks because crazy shit always happens every freaking week.
and then every time we talk about stocks, we always hit the above. Aliens, of course,
Aliens.
they exist.
And then we top it off with being selfish and talking about ourselves and what our bar is going to look like and how you guys are going to love it.
Yeah. So,
And if any of that strikes your fancy, make sure to listen and watch.
this is the episode for you. Enjoy.
All right. Bailey, we did the Murph.
So yeah,
My
I'd say
body hurts.
if we look manlier now, that's why.
I'm not going to lie. Honestly, I just look more defeated than anything.
Why more
Um,
defeated?
Man, I don't know. It was just today, right? So, like we did the Murph Monday on Memorial Day, right?
Yeah.
Felt great, went well, all that. I felt victorious,
Of
And then
course.
the last 2 days, right, from driving home the 6 hours, and then getting home like 9 o'clock, unpacking all that stuff, going to bed late, waking up for work Wednesday, going to work Wednesday, and then getting up to work today and working from like 6 a.m. from like 6:37 until like 6 p.m. today because we had a kidney recipient, a Da Vinci, that just went long because we only had one room instead of two like we normally do. And no one could relieve me. And then I got off at like 6 and like my body just hurts.
So I wouldn't say so
Like,
you're exhausted, I guess. So like
no.
because
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I feel
defeated
exhausted.
just it puts you down too. Yeah, you don't deserve to be put down that much.
My knees hurt. My body hurts. My feet hurt. Everything hurts, Bailey.
But because of a badass cause.
Because of a badass cause.
Like,
yeah.
If anyone were ever to say, like, man, you look kind of off today, you'd be like, well, I ran the Murph. Can you say the same?
You're like, I did the fucking Murph, bitch. What can you do?
Yeah.
That was fun though. I actually had a lot of fun, and
oh no, yeah, it was awesome.
It was something we planned like a year ago, right? Maybe
at least, yeah.
At least a year ago, and we talked about doing it. And
to be honest, I didn't think we're actually gonna do it.
Dude, you know how much me was hoping he would bail?
I was
Murph.
You were kind of throwing hints left and right, and I'm like, is he not gonna do it? Like, because I was all for, like, I was to the point where I'm like, dude, I'm like hands down for it, and then like, I can't remember what you said. It was something like a couple months ago, and I'm like, oh god, like,
I think it was something like, I don't know if I can.
I wasn't gonna let it happen. Yeah,
I really was hoping.
It's like, I think you said, like, are we actually gonna do this? Like, I was like, you said that, I'm like, no.
You're like, no, Anakin. But we did it, dude. We did it, Joe.
Next year, I think we should do it and try and get a good time. Yeah, because honestly,
for Alex is gonna do it with this next year.
That'd be dope. The more people, the better. Yeah. Like, I think it'd be cool to do it.
Ready? Next year, the tripod does the Murph.
Holy fuck!
Bam!
I think the world can handle that.
But this one was actually pretty fucking funny because my brother, 14-year-old brother, last minute decides he wants to do it, but he doesn't have a vest.
Everybody I've told this has been like, "Are you serious?"
So we show up. He's wearing a backpack. He brings 4 5-pound plates, fills it with his backpack, and then like I'm like, I don't know, you should probably use a different backpack. I'm like, try mine so you can try to like, maybe you can put them in different pockets. Maybe it'll help with like the weight, like the balance of it all, so it's just not like in one area, and then it just didn't. And then so I put it back in his backpack, and then I pulled tight on him and broke his backpack. And I was like,
I'm telling you what,
I just gotta use mine.
I would have been put to shame if he completed the Murph with us, wearing that backpack with the 20 pounds of plates in it.
Yeah. So this kid, 14-year-old, my brother, he puts on my backpack. We put the plates in, and we walk to the track, and we run a mile, and he does the mile fine, not
Honestly,
a
props
problem
to him. Yeah.
whatsoever, which is very impressive with like running a mile and doing it with a backpack when like just plates slapping against your back and all that, very impressive, honestly. And then we go, and you and I like how we did the Murph was we broke it up. We did 10 sets, 10 pull-ups. Each set was 10 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, 30 squats. So after 10 sets, you completed the body workout part, and then you had to do another mile. So we do our first set. You and I do our first pull-ups. You do a set of 10, I do 2 sets of 5. And then my brother does a set of 5, and then he can't do the second set of 5. So we like just assist him, and then like after that first set, and then he finishes his like push-ups and squats, and we go in our second set. And then he does, I think maybe like 1 or 2 pull-ups, maybe. And he just, I don't know what happened to him. He just like really felt it, said he was hurting, almost threw up. There's a
Now
video.
it's now my favorite video. I almost put it on Snapchat. And it was gonna caption. Some
Dude,
people
it
just can't
was,
handle the Murph, but I'm like, it's mean.
yeah, it's mean, but it was funny. But with like we're waiting on him, like we're waiting, like we just keep waiting on because we want to do our sets together, and finish it together. So we're waiting on him, and then he goes to throw up, and we're like, dude, don't throw up where we're trying
I
to
was
do
just say,
it.
yeah, he goes to
Because
throw like 2 feet from us. I'm like, are you kidding me?
the last time he worked out with us,
That
it
was
was like
disgusting.
it was like 11 or something. He threw up Chinese food that he ate like an hour in advance. But I take a video, and Bailey's like, we're by the monkey bars where we're doing our pull-ups. Bailey's just chilling, and I'm chilling, and behind off in the background, just my little brother bent over. It
You
just
just see me point to him. I'm like,
it looks so bad.
oh, dude, it's
And
so
then
fun. I like when I'm down, I just watch that video and it just
and and so he just like, and then after a little bit, he does a little more that he can, and then eventually he just like kind of taps
car.
out, and goes to the car just to rest and stuff, which is, he was upset about it, but I mean, for him at his age, to do as what he did is so impressive. So I'm proud of him. And then he did run the second mile with us too. So that was cool. But I actually surprised myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
And I feel, yeah, I feel like we both did. You know what I mean? Because like you were talking how like you can, if you're at the gym, you do, like a set of 10 unbroken
Even
pull-ups.
today
You
when I
can
did
you can
them,
do like 2 sets of 10 unbroken pull-ups, and then after that, you're kind of like done. You did every set besides your last 2 sets, like sets of 10 with the 20-pound vest.
yeah,
And I did every set. I did every set was a set of 5 except for the last like 2, which got broken up into like 2 and 3. And usually I do like 2 sets of 5, and then it's like into 2s and
it
3s.
didn't help that we didn't have a pull-up bar and we were using a thicker bar, which is why I think my
Yeah,
forearms were killing me because I didn't have like that right grip. But hey, we just did it where we needed to do it and we did it.
yeah. But when we got past 60 and we were on to like we got past 50 and we're on to 60 through 80, that felt like death. That
Yeah,
was when my body hurt the most.
I remember every time I would finish the 10, I'd say that's the last time I'm getting 10 in a row.
Okay, yeah. If you finish your second set of 10, you're like, that's my last set of 10 unbroken. And I was like, I looked at my brother and I was just like, watch him say that after every set. And what does he do? He literally says it after every set. And I called you out on it after every set
I
too.
mean, it wasn't even like I was like sitting there like downplaying myself, like, oh, there's no way. Like, I
Yeah,
genuinely, like, because every time I finished the last one, I'd let go, my forearms would be on fire.
yeah.
And it
But what
wasn't,
happened was,
oh, it did get progressively harder to get 10. Like,
yeah. But what would happen is after that, you would take a little bit of break. We'd go into our push-ups. You'd either split them up into like 2 sets of 10 or whatnot, or do 20 and then unbroken. And then we'd go to our squats. We'd do like 15, 10, and 5. The squats really burned. I'm not gonna lie. I
yeah,
felt the burn on the squats.
yeah, those were exhausting.
And then after that, you jump back into the pull-ups, and your arms were like, dude, we could do another set of 10.
Refreshed.
Yeah, dude, we're fine. Honestly though, my favorite part, like, of the Murph was well, the favorite part of the workout was the walks from the track and to the track.
The in betweens,
Yeah, the in betweens, because I was like, this is where we break.
or
This is where we catch
the
ourselves.
moment you took the vest off.
Dude, I remember when I took it off, like when we were at like 40 pull-ups in,
Yeah.
and then I took it off because I was like, oh, I need to breathe. I took it off and I like sat down, And I was like, dude, I'm like
I
out of
thought
breath. I
I
was
thought you have
like,
to call
what's going
911
on
for a
right now?
second because like you're like I'm like out of breath for some reason. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it was like I was breathing better with it, but I think it was just because like our chests were so
Yeah,
compressed
I,
that when I
I
took it off, everything just expanded, and it was just like getting so much air in that it was like knocking the wind out of me,
I didn't. The reason I didn't take mine off until we were done is like I don't want to lose that 20 pounds and then put it right back on. Like I was like,
and then feel it.
because I had gotten used to it.
I
I'm like,
I only did it because I was like, dude, I need to breathe right now, and then I took it off, and I was like, it's so much worse,
yeah.
and so I put it back on, and was like, it feels
Especially
so
when
much
I saw
better.
you like struggle after taking it off. Like, oh yeah, I'll keep mine on.
You lift it up and pull it tighter.
Just like let's add 20 more pounds. God,
Dude,
could you imagine?
that was a weekend. So this weekend, right? The 5 days I was home, right, was probably the most exhausting I've ever been. It
A
was,
lot to do in a short amount of time.
dude. So okay, I get home. I'm home Friday, right? And usually when I come home, I go to like my mom's. I stay, and I just kind of hit up you and Alex, and I'm just like, what are we doing? And so I just like hang out with you and my family for the most part, like you and Alex and my family. And then, now that I have a girlfriend, serious relationship with Jess, I have to like spend time with her. I want to, but I also have to account for her family too, because, family's big in her. Then I want to like spend time with my family and then spend time with you guys. So like the whole weekend, I was just go, go, go. Like Friday, um, I think her and I slept in, we went to lunch and all that. And then I went over, picked up my brother, hung out with my at the house for a little bit. We went to the movie. After the movie, we went to Alex's house and we hung out, drank a little, all that, and then we left, went home. Woke up Saturday, had lunch with Jess's father for a couple hours, and then after that, we what did we do? We came back. I think she took a nap or something, and I like
Yeah.
hung out with her family or whatnot. And then we went to a party that night and had a good time. And then, dude, that night was a night like I didn't get home until like 5 a.m.
I remember seeing your Snapchat. You're like, dude, do I have a story to tell? And I'm like,
It was wild.
but
Um,
see, the thing is, once you're like eventually like home for good, be
I
a
won't
lot.
have to jam
You won't.
everything
Well,
in,
yeah, you won't be obligated to do something every because like when you're home for for instance, you were home for like what 5 days, if that. Like
Yeah, 5 nights, not even six, five
it's
nights.
like
Yeah,
if you want to like do, you're like every day you're obligated. You don't get that day to just do nothing. So it makes it
yeah.
hard.
I feel bad because like I didn't get to hang out with you as Alex as much as I want to, but I was just like a lot was just
Yeah, I mean,
happening. Um, but I mean, I come home in July for a week, so we have a week to do whatever. But and then what was it? Sunday. Sunday was our day where we just like did nothing essentially. But then we um ended up doing stuff. Like we went to Myers for like 2.5 hours grocery shopping for a Monday cookout. And like that was just even though I didn't mind it, because I try to go and look at the survival shit like I always do whenever I go to Walmart or Myers or something like that. You
always
just
gotta
always
prep for
have
the
to check out
apocalypse.
their survival shit, We gotta do
It's the
that.
new toy
And
section.
then what was it? Monday, woke up. We did the Murph Monday morning. It was a good start to the morning. And I went to bed late Sunday, so I only got like 3 hours of sleep.
Honestly,
But I
same.
felt fine going to the Murph. Did the Murph. We got lunch. Then after that, my grandparents visited my mom, so I hung out with them for a couple hours. Then after that, we went to the home to Jess's house for a cookout, and then that end of the night we played rummy. I learned how to play rummy. It's actually pretty freaking dope.
I think I played.
Um, I got like made fun of because I didn't know how to play rummy. They're like, you know how to play poker, but not rummy. And I was just like, it's what you learn. Like it can't blame me for not learning how to play rummy.
Yeah,
It's not like I've learned how to play and I don't know how to play.
it's like saying,
Like
"Oh,
I
you know how
just
to play checkers, but you can't play chess." Like they're completely
yeah
different. Like
yeah. Um, but then I caught on after a while. I did get last place. I did get fucked over a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Jess's grandma. That sneaky son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
you gotta watch the old people. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. And then Tuesday, right? I was supposed to leave at noon. I didn't want to leave later than noon. I left at like 2:30. Thanks to
kind of shit happens.
Jess. Thanks to Jess. Yeah.
Kind of shit.
But I don't regret it though. I got back at like 9 o'clock, which wasn't terrible, but yeah, dude, it was busy. And then I just went straight into work. And after work Wednesday, took the fattest nap ever. Okay, it was just sleep. I'm gonna be honest. It was just sleep.
Yeah, a nap can only get so fat before it comes just straight up sleep.
Yeah,
Good.
I wore the mask. I wore the CPAP for that. I gotta I have to bump my numbers up for the CPAP because I'm supposed to average like at least 4 hours a night. And the last month since my AC has been broken, not broken, broken, not broken, and then 80 degrees one night and then normal the next, and then like 80 degrees for like 3 days. I don't sleep with anything. Like I just can't, right? So I literally sleep butt ass naked, right? Dick and balls are like pointing towards the fan. Like basically the fan is right next to him and just letting my shit breathe.
Mm,
And
spread
that's how I
eagle.
go to sleep. Yeah, and I don't want anything on me, so I don't wear it. So like my hours go down, my average hours, and I didn't wear it at all while I was home. So my average went
You
from
even
like
bring it?
3.9. I brought it, set it up and everything, didn't wear it. Mainly Jess's fault, but it's fine. Um, Average went from 3.9 to 3, and I was just like, oh shit.
Like
I was
that's a
like,
whole. That's almost the whole point.
fuck.
Shit.
Yeah. So Tuesday night I got home. I think I wore it for like 5 hours. I was like, all right, cool. Then Wednesday, took the nap with it, which was like 3.5 hours. And then I went back to sleep at like midnight or 12:30. Got another 5 hours on it almost. So so now the average is back up to like 3.3. So we're slowly on the climb. I'll probably get a good bit with it tonight and tomorrow because I don't work tomorrow. So I'm gonna sleep in.
Sleeping in's
Probably
nice.
sleep in pretty late, I'm not gonna lie. I found ever since I switched to weekend shift, every Friday, right after my 2 days during the week that I work, I find myself sleeping in until like 2 p.m.
I haven't done that in a while. I miss it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like I can't
bad.
afford to do. If I sleep until like even on my days I'm off, I sleep until 2 p.m. That's my whole day.
Yeah, no, I hate it. I don't plan on it. It just happens.
Like I remember like when quarantine first hit, like when I had literally like especially when it like originally like first hit and like everything closed, like I had 2 weeks of school off completely. I had nothing to do other than stay up late playing video games. Like you know what else to do? I'd wake up at 2 like on average. I'd be up till like 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Bad.
Those are
But
good hours, man.
crazy.
We should
Um
just I know we said in one of our other episodes we should make the norm like waking up at 2 p.m. and like
yeah,
then it being normal that you're awake from like midnight
we're
to
all about
4 a.m.,
changing stigmas on this podcast.
Yeah, let's break it, all right? Like, let's be honest. Most of you fucking animals
Because it's even
stay
engraved
up
in my
late
head.
anyways. And when you get up for work early, right? You're so mad because you stayed up late and you're like, oh, I didn't get a lot of sleep, because your body's just like, dude, we're not ready to go to bed yet. And also, at 6 in the morning, you're like, we're not ready to get up.
No. Honestly, I'm not functioning until afternoon at least. Like even if I
I'm not
wake up at
functioning until like,
I get to work at 10 most of the time. And if you talk to me, if I haven't drank a bang, better
step back, bitch.
not really, but like honestly, if I like I get
You
so
better,
mad when I like
better, go ahead. So mad when what?
when I don't
God damn.
drink a bang in the morning. Or like this is like if I don't buy it the day before, I'm like, all right, I'll just leave early, grab one on the way there, whatever. Never freaking fails. Every time I leave early to get to like be able to stop somewhere and get to work on time, something always happens. I get stuck behind someone super slow. There's freaking crazy traffic, construction all the time. And I'm like, if I were to record myself on one of those days in my car, man, you'd hear some colorful language. He's so pissed. Like,
It's almost kind of like when you say, "Oh, I'll get gas in the morning."
it's a lie.
Yeah.
Like so many times, like I even be in the store and I'm like, oh, I can buy the bang right now. I'll just buy it in the morning. I don't know why I don't
You're
just buy it then.
you're at checkout and you're like, oh, I forgot to grab one, and you're like, just do it, man.
Yeah, just
Just
grab
go
it.
and grab it, you know?
I'm saving my future self time, and but I don't like for some reason my present self could care less about my future self, which is
No,
very bad.
that's but you and I, like morning person, we're like the same person. Like we maximize as much sleep we can get in the morning, right? So
It's
like when you wake up, you throw your pants on and all that shit, you brush your teeth, deodorant, and you're out the door in 4 minutes.
no, honestly, like this morning. So I normally leave at like I have to leave my house at like 45 max to get there on the hour. I'm not getting
Yeah.
out of my bed most of the time until 30, and that's fitting in, shower, brush my teeth, packing my lunch, packing my gym bag, just all that.
Yeah.
I'm a get to work on time person. Not
This is what
early.
I do, right? So I have to be at work like in scrubs, right? At our formation or whatever at 6:45. So I set my alarms at 5, 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, 5:50, 55, 6, 6:05, 6:10, right? All of them, literally every 5 minutes up until I I I do them only so I can like open the alarm, go back to sleep. So I don't have to just wake up once and then be like, damn it, I can't go back to sleep at all now. You know? It's not healthy, but it's just what I do. Makes no sense, but it makes sense to me. Um, so I usually get out of bed at like 6:10, and I'm slow when I get out of bed. So like when I get out of bed, I go pee, put on deodorant, I brush my teeth, and it's like 6:15, and then I get dressed. You know, I grab my like Monster or whatever I have in the morning for me, or water or whatever. Put on my shoes, up, grab my backpack. I'm out the door, walk to the garage. It's like a little over. It's like 6:20, 6:22. You know, I drive from the garage to work because I drive. I live on base and hospital's on base, and I drive to work.
Think of those
I'm a
steps.
piece of yeah. Also, I maximize time. Like if I walked, I'd have to leave at like 6:10. You know, that's when I get out of bed. Can't do that. So I drive to work, and it takes like 10 minutes because of so much traffic on base. It's ridiculous at 6 in the morning. Then I get in the garage, and then I have to like spend like roughly 5 minutes parking because got to go up all the levels, and then I give myself like 2 minutes to sit in the car, mentally prepare myself for work, walk into work,
Fuck.
change, put on my scrubs, go up to the front, check the board, see where I'm at for the day, put on the surgical mask, go the formation, and then I start the day.
You want to know the shittiest thing about living the way that we live, though? And this is gonna kind of
Uh,
segue into the topic I added into our list of talking points. When you live the life of like maximizing your time, you're rushing a lot. Like I don't wake up at that, at 9:30 and take my time. I wake up
yeah,
9:30. A lot of times, honestly, if I'm being honest, 9:35, and I look and I'm like, fuck, and I'm like running around
yeah,
getting ready. But when I rush, I do dumb shit.
it's so
Example,
true.
example. I was rushing when I backed into my dad's truck when it was parked behind me. All that. So what I'm like the segue thing. Okay, so and this literally happened.
And you even have a backup camera.
Shut the hell. They didn't need to know that. They didn't need to know that. I was rushing. I was rushing. Anyway, um, but like, all right. So the point I added it was like, what's the dumbest thing you've done recently? Like by recently, I mean like could be like today, could be like the most like this year. The thing I want to add, this may not be the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life, but right before we got on this Discord, right? And it's what like my dad came and was giving me shit for earlier. So I'm like, all right,
Feeling something?
huh?
Never mind.
Kinda. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make some coffee before the podcast, have it ready to go, all that. So I've got a Keurig, put the K cup in, all of that, hit brew,
No cup.
walk away, and I look back and I just see a puddle of coffee all over the floor, all over the counter. I'm like, oh my god! I just audibly go, oh my god, I'm such a dumbass. And my mom goes, what? I'm like, I'm embarrassed to say, like, I could have forgotten any other step and it would have been stupid but fine. But I forgot the most important part, the damn cup. So not only was it
Pretty
inconvenient,
important.
it's honestly I would have rather forgotten the coffee. because then it would just be like, oh, pour out the
Yeah.
water, whatever. No, forgot the freaking cups of this coffee all over the Keurig, under the Keurig. Found a stink bug under there.
Icky, you gotta
All
like
we have
clean it up.
we have this bowl underneath the Keurig where we keep all the K cups. Bowl, just like this much coffee in there. I'm like, God,
Dude.
the worst part, hot. So I'm sitting there just like,
Yeah.
just trying to clean it all up. Smelled great. Sticky as shit.
So that spill reminds me. Okay, so I think the dumbest thing I ever did was when I flooded my barracks room.
Best story ever.
Dude, okay. So this was so bad. I'm stationed over in Washington, right? And the way our barracks set up, you walk in, you have a kitchen and like at the bathroom, and then it splits into 2 bedrooms, right? With doors and locks and all that stuff, right? I just started getting into Dexter, right? And so I went to start the dishes, and I was like, turn, like plug the sink, turn on the hot water, put in the soap. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go back, watch Dexter while that fills up. What I did was I shut my door. I laid back in bed and watched Dexter. Got carried away, watched the entire episode. Someone knocked on my door, like, hey, it's time for bed check. Because we had to like get like they had to come around, check, make sure we were in our rooms and not around because we were students and stuff. So I go to my closet, throw on my clothes, and I put on my shoes, and I was stepping in puddles. And I'm like, why is my closet floor wet? Like, what? That's really odd, Like, that makes no sense. I'm like, I didn't spill anything. Then I open my door to the kitchen, and it is just flooded. I mean, there's like like it's up to my ankles in water, and I was just like, oh god.
It's like
I was like,
it's the
oh my
realization
god.
of how much of a dumbass you like that.
Oh,
I'm a
dude.
dumbass moment that hurts the most. Like when you're
And
disappointed in
so
yourself.
it was so bad. And it was like it literally was like bed check time, right? And so like I open the door and I look around, I'm like, are they there yet? And they're like, no, no, no. And then like I like step out and they're like, dude, why is there water coming? I was like, no reason. Don't worry about it. And they're like, dude, why is there water coming? I was like, nothing, don't worry about
Just
it,
don't
guys.
fucking worry about it.
And then they're like, dude, show me. So I open the door and fucking everyone and their mother comes around in my room and they're like, this fucking idiot, look at this guy. Just fucking flooded his whole barracks room. And they're all like making fun of me and shit. And I'm just like, thanks. And then like the NCO walks by and I was just like, I just want to let you know I'm gonna be borrowing the mop. So I'm gonna be out in and out of my room. Flooded my room a little bit, But don't worry, I'm gonna clean it up. I promise. And so before that, right? So like as like the bed check was happening, I was trying to like stop the water as much as I could, right? I had like 11 towels because I'm a big fanatic of towels, right? So what I do is I would just take a towel, unfold it, and set it on, thinking that it would take up a lot of water. It immediately hit the water, sunk like it was like in a pool.
It's what
And I was
such
just like,
towels aren't good at soaking. They're
oh,
good at drying
I was
surfaces. So
like,
it's like
oh god. I was like, this is so you just see like 10 towels just completely the darkest color they've ever been, just soaked. And I was just like, dude. And then so I go and grab the mop too, but like the mop, like it's good for cleaning. It's not good for absorbing either. So what do? I take my towels, make a straight line. I use that as a squeegee, and I just shove the water into the bathroom, into the shower. Bailey, it took me 3 hours to get all the water out. I was at the point where like I was sweating and I was in my boxers, like I was just naked, just like
I mean,
pushing the water into the shower like a madman.
thank God you had
And
hardwood though. I mean, or like whatever
yeah,
it
it was
was.
tile.
Could
Yeah,
you
it was
imagine if it was
tile. So,
carpet?
dude, honestly, it would suck. Yeah. And then I did that, and then I poured probably half a fucking bottle of Fabuloso in the mop bucket, mopped the entire floor, made it spick and span,
Probably the cleanest it's ever
got
been.
done, took a nice long shower of regret, and then I went to bed at probably
Sit in the
midnight
shower.
and woke. Yeah, I woke up at like 4 a.m. the next
One of
day and was just
those.
like, I was like, damn it. I was like, you're such a fuck up.
See, and that's the worst part. It's like the first thing I wanted to do, and I just see that coffee. I wanted to blame someone else. Like
But you can't blame
and
anyone
that's
but yourself.
and that realization hurts so much. It's what
So
hurts the most.
before you made me think of the flooding the barracks, I was gonna say the dumbest thing I can remember was when I was like, "Hey, do you think Halloween is on Friday the 13th?"
Yeah, you
Do you
just tell me.
remember that?
Yeah, I think we were playing Fortnite. And you're like, I can't remember what we were talking about before, but you're like, huh? I wonder if there's ever been a Halloween on Friday the 13th. And I'm like, Ethan.
You like, did you hear yourself? And I was like, no, seriously. Like, I didn't realize it until a while, and I was just like, oh, dude. I was like, oh god,
Oh, I'm
oh, I
trying to
did
remember
it.
something else stupid. It was something about a cowboy. Oh, damn it. What was it?
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Yeah, it was something like stupid sound. I can't remember now.
I think it was kind of gay.
No, it definitely was, and it was something like I. Damn it! I really wish, because I remember you hated that. Like I kept bringing it up because it was just so stupid.
It was, yeah, I think it was something gay that I
It's like, yeah, it
said.
was like ride me like a cowboy. I don't even know, but the second I remember, I'm writing it down.
Sometimes you say stuff, and you don't realize
You
how it
speak.
comes off.
I'm a big. I will sometimes speak faster than my brain. So a lot of times, honestly, and I hate it. Like about halfway through a sentence, it'll just nonsense. Like you ever just like have that moment where you start speaking and then it's just not even English halfway through.
Like Michael Scott, sometimes I'll just start a sentence and I'll just hope that I find it along the way.
It's the truth. Like there's been times where I'm like someone will say something to me and I'm responding. The first half we're good, and then it clicks in my head. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm still speaking, but I'm no longer thinking. Like I don't know what I'm saying. Then I'll
You're
just stop.
bullshitting.
Yeah, pretty good at it. Literally my
Yeah.
initials.
I am. Wow, there was something I. Oh yeah, so my girlfriend, she's so gullible. I love it. Jess is so gullible. We're at my mom's house, and my grandpa and I are playing pool, and he's pretty good at pool and stuff, and like I like to think that I'm good at pool, and he's playing and like he beats me the first game, and then we're on the second game, and she's like, he's making some nice shots, and she's like, oh, look at that, and I just lean over, I'm like, he was a professional pool player, and she's like, oh my god, it's all amazing, and like I don't like tell her I'm joking, and then I look at my mom, and she gives me a look like, oh my god, she starts laughing, and Jess is like, what? I was like, he's a fucking professional pool player.
Do anything in confidence and you'll get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. You just like you say it like it was true, like you meant to say it and it was just true.
You know,
And then they'll believe it.
yeah, like I was thinking about this, like I've worked in like many grocery stores, and like you always get when you work there, you get that privilege of walking in the back. Like whereas a kid, you'd see those employees only, and it's like I want to go in there. Like what's back there? So like, but like now, like like Kroger, for example, they don't even have uniforms. They have aprons that they put on. Like anybody could just walk back there and nobody would bat an eye. Like somebody said anything, you'd be
So
like,
true.
I'd be like, oh, I'm the new guy. Like I'm just looking for like the schedule or whatever. Like oh okay. And then you have access to everything that's in the back, which most of the time is just like overstock stuff, or like new, shipments and all that. But like other times, like a good example, when the Nintendo Switch first came out, it was like you had to shoot somebody if you want to get one.
Yeah.
I just saw, I like when I worked there, I just would see them in the back. I'm like I could make a shit ton of money right now. Like I could just,
Hustle.
I missed the opportunity.
I remember when the Wii came out the first time, I went to Myers and like they were only selling like 12 or 13, and me and my stepdad, we waited and we sat in the chairs and I got one, and it was like $400.
Yeah, and I swear, and they'll probably never admit to it. I swear, they give these stores a short amount on purpose. Like it
Yeah.
happens every system. Every new system comes out. It's the first 6 months. It's like incredibly hard to get one unless you're like super on it. Well, it doesn't need to be that way. They do it on purpose. They
Yeah.
do it. They do it so people will.
They know. Yeah, they know that they could like they're gonna sell. So like, why
They're
not make?
increasing demand.
Yeah, they're good. It's smart.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit. And will we do it in the future? Probably. No, we're not, because we are for the people.
People's champion.
Quantity over quality.
More
More is
is
better.
better.
See, that's what we want to give you guys. That's what we do here.
We're just a
Um,
wholesome ass podcast.
yeah. What was it? Oh, so AMC.
Amica.
Lot happened with AMC, right? Oh, so first of all, A Quiet Place 2 came out, and it was like the first big movie back in theaters.
Made a whole
It was
large thing of popcorn by myself.
it was pretty fucking dope movie. I'm not gonna lie,
I
I
liked it.
enjoyed it.
Good sequel.
We have you and I, we have the tendency to like whenever we're watching movies and we sit beside each other, we'll make a joke at any given time,
I now
and it's
understand
bad.
why teachers moved us.
But it's like my favorite thing in the world. Like literally, we're just watching a movie, something happened, and we'll just go, and we'll just make a little side joke, and it's just between the two of us, and it's the greatest thing
That's
ever.
why I like the movie nights when we did that. Like, just because that's the
Yeah,
greatest thing ever. Like to commentate over. Like, there's like YouTube channels that do this, but like, they literally just watch a movie and they just crack jokes, like throw in like commentary left and right, and awesome.
yeah. I was so like, I look on iTunes movies a lot right time, just like see whatever movies are $5, and I look at bundles and stuff, just see what they got. They offered a horror bundle, right? Two film. It was Midsummer and
What
Hereditary.
horror
I
bundle?
reported it. Yeah, I reported it. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you guys?
Are you
Like, how would
trying
you
to fuck up
ever?
somebody? Like,
Yeah, are you trying to like mentally and like are you trying to traumatize people with those two films? I'm like, you can't watch that shit back to back.
I don't know. You cannot know. There's no way. I watched each one of them like about a year apart from each other, and I'm still
We watched
recovering.
them for the first time together, both of them.
Yeah,
I literally
honestly,
remember
I'm glad.
Alex sat us down and we started watching a movie, and we were like, dude, when's it gonna take off? And he was like, shut up, both of you shut up right now. He's like, not a word. And then like the crazy shit happens, and we're just like,
I started to think about it. What an asshole! He forced us to watch something that
he
would
yeah,
fuck
he
us
literally
up.
he forced us to watch.
But it's that thing where it's like any friend group has this. I suffered, so you must too. Like when you see a video that's just like, oh god, like, but you gotta see it now because we
One
are
guy,
one.
one jar, two girls, one cup,
Stop. Yeah.
three guys, one hammer.
No, we
The
cannot. We
knockoff
cannot.
version, which I think
Cannot
would be worse,
not discuss that.
but
Google it
it's
if you
how it
want to
is, you
know.
know.
Google any of
You
those.
suffer, I suffer. That's how the tripod works.
And I respect it. Nope. May not agree with it.
At the time, did I? No, I did not respect it. Looking back on it, I respect it.
Fuck.
It was but you know, honestly, what's crazy is after I watched Midsummer, I immediately was like, "Hey, you have to watch this movie."
Yeah, I mean,
To
like,
anyone I
yeah,
spoke to, I was
I
like,
did the
"Have you
same
seen
thing.
Midsummer?" And I would sit them down and I'd be like, "You have to watch it." I sat my
It's
mom down and made her watch it.
it's to put everyone at the equal level. It's like I am mentally scarred, so you need to be, so I don't feel as fucked up.
So bad. But so AMC, right? So what happened with AMC, the stock, right? So the stock 2 weeks ago was at like $13, right? Yesterday it hit a high of $71 a share. What had happened was obviously when COVID hit, um, hedge funds, you know, they shorted the stock, you know. They were like, okay, AMC will have zero revenue, so like we're gonna buy a shit ton of shares and drive the price down, you know. Well, yeah, they're gonna short the stock. It's where the price goes down, you make money. That's exactly what they did. And then they thought it was going to happen again until like the CEO of AMC was like, "We're not going bankrupt. We've raised over $2 billion. Like AMC is sticking around." And then the hedge funds fucked up, and then now there's this big old community on Reddit, kind of like what had happened with GameStop. Um, but it's a lot. So I put in $200. Right, I sold some stocks that just were very stagnant and not doing anything for the longest time. Sold them, put $200 into AMC at $13. A week later, it jumped up to like 25. I sold $100 just because why not? Because I was like, what if it'll drop, you know? And then yesterday, it's hit 58, and that's when I sold some shares. I made like $450. So I made
Nice.
$550 on $200 investment in just 2 weeks.
That's why
And I still have some shares in it too. And I was like, nice.
I know I need to figure out. I need to start doing some research to figure out what I can use to invest. Because right now the only thing I can use is what allows me to invest in crypto. I can't do AMC. I can't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because
It's
PNC.
really shitty that you can't use Robinhood.
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's because PNC is a piece of fucking shit. Like every time I go to, it's like, oh, PNC doesn't allow for this third party company. I'm like, shit me. You're still around.
Shit.
Like no wonder I've been seeing PNC's clothes. I like PNC for
Yeah.
every other thing except that. But
Um, but what was it? Me and Fulton, the one guest we had on the episode, we always have this running joke of calling these two guys at work the guy,
the guy.
off like we're like going like he's the guy, right? Because like the one told us about XRP and got us invested in it, and obviously he's a big shareholder of XRP and all that kind of stuff, and like made lots of money out. And the other one has XRP too, and like does all money, and like he's just a just smart guy, and we're just like he's the guy, like off of Spy Kids. And so I was telling Fulton, because this isn't the first time where I told him about a stock and then like I made big on it, because I made like even though it's just $200 and then turned it into like a $550 profit, I put like $500 into a gas stock last year, and I made like over a $2,000 profit on it, and I told them about it. And even though I told them about it when it was like $15 and I bought it at 5, I was like, it's gonna keep going up, and it's at now at like 44. And I told them about it. That was the one time, and then this was the second time, and I told Fulton, and I was like, you know what? I'm the guy.
You've reached guy
I was like,
status.
I'm the guy. Yeah. But that I love that joke, because like not a lot of people get it, But like when you do, it's a great joke, because you're just like, he's the guy.
I know. I wonder how many people would, if I referenced them, I'm like, you're the guy. They would be like, oh, Spy Kids 3. I doubt it. Brother.
It's just a nice one of those inside jokes, Like if you've seen Spy Kids 3 Game Over, I think you'd have a good feeling, like you'd know the joke. Like it's just like, because they made it the way we say it is exactly how they say it in the movie.
No,
They're like,
it's like the most
he's
fascinating.
the guy.
Because I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a play on the one,
Yeah.
like from The Matrix, but it's the guy. It's so dumb, but it's so fun. Like it's so fitting for especially that movie, like the third one.
They just look at him. They're like, no, he's
The guy.
the guy.
Like,
And then
you
touches
gotta
the
like
thing,
increase
and he
your
loses.
the guy.
He loses all his 99 lives, and then he's just done.
Yeah.
That was great.
Honestly, underrated movie. Like, has it aged? Oh my god. But
CGI terrible.
it
Underrated
was
movie
just
though.
it was a movie before its time, like it was just the technology
Yeah.
wasn't quite there,
The first and second one were way better though.
hands down.
The third one was kind of cool though.
They just flew too close to the sun.
Doesn't Taylor Lautner play in Spy Kids 3 Game? Isn't he like the dude with the staff? The little kid with like the double-ended staff that like fights Juno and then loses, because they know that he's the guy.
I
Pretty sure
don't
that's him,
remember
right?
him being in it. I know he's in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah. They're doing a reboot of that,
Already did it.
I think. Oh, they did?
Yeah, it's called We Can Be
Never mind.
Heroes. I haven't watched
Um,
it, but I heard it was okay.
They're doing a reboot of iCarly.
I saw the trailer for it and I'm excited.
Stam's not in it.
Yeah, she quit acting for a bunch of like. So honestly, there's a lot of like, when it comes to like a lot of those Nickelodeon shows and stuff. Like, there's a lot. If like you look into it, it's kind of dark. Like, it's mostly all rumors, but the like Dan Schneider guy, who's like the guy behind like every classic Disney, like not Disney, Nickelodeon show you watch, like Drake and Josh, all that. He was the guy behind it. And there was like a lot of like crazy rumors about
speculations
him.
and stuff.
Yeah, about him and like all the kids on there. I don't know if they're true. But yeah, I saw where she like had quit acting, so she wasn't gonna be cool to see her back in it, because it's, I mean, what the hell is iCarly without Sam? Get me.
Very true. Is he? I don't even think he's back, is he?
Fucking better be.
I didn't see him in the trailer or anything.
I saw.
But also think though, like Gibby's the guy that always ran around with his shirt off. You know how creepy that'd be as an adult?
I mean, but it's the same people watching it though. That's the thing. It may be creepy, but like, if I was watching the show now and I just saw
You wouldn't think of
Gibby,
that.
no, I'd be like, that's Gibby. Oh, are you meaning like as a kid now? Like, is it like if he did it now, or if like if
Gibby
the act,
is
act,
Gibby,
like yeah,
Gibby
now Gibby like 20
Yeah,
something.
now Gibby. An adult.
I'd find it
Just
Gibby.
I find it funny. I'm excited
Neville.
to see. God, I hate that
You'll
guy.
rue this day.
I'm excited to see Spencer. I liked him as an actor.
Dude, in the
I
trailer,
wish he acted more.
he hasn't aged. In the trailer,
Dude, not at all.
like
He looks good.
the most, honestly, the one that aged the most is freaking Freddy, looking good.
Got a got a beard. Yeah, yeah.
But
I like the beard.
so do you remember like in the old episodes, they put him in like the baby crib?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. I saw the trailer where they
yeah,
did
they
that.
brought it back, and I'm like, dude, this might be a good if they start rebooting all the classic Nick. Like, I saw this on TikTok. You ever watch Ned's the Classified School Survival Guide?
Yeah,
If
dude,
they,
we need a reboot.
I saw a
Like,
TikTok where
not
he's
for
saying
school, for life.
no, and I saw a TikTok of that guy saying that
I think I saw the same thing.
yeah, where he said he had brought like I don't know if he was being like if he was joking when he said it because it kind of felt like he's being sarcastic, but like he's like talking about like after college, like the life tips on like taxes, finances. All he said, yeah, they shot that shit down. I'm like,
Yeah, dude, yeah, it
they
was
could
Ned
do
he
it.
was talking about. He was like, we wrote it, we got the approval, and then like Nickelodeon just like they said we can't do anything without them because like they
They own
own
the rights, yeah.
it and like or whatever, and so it's like, dude, that's so upsetting.
To be
That was
honest, though,
such a cool show.
if the demand is there, they'll do it. I mean, you see that with anything anymore. It's
It's true.
demand. Like, I mean, the Snyder Cut's a perfect example. It's never something like that's never been done before. Like we're like a whole separate version of the same movie, but people wanted it.
And it was a completely different movie.
Yeah, it's not like it was just the director's cut. It was a whole new director's vision. So
A full 180.
babe.
There we go. I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
I know he's hot though. I mean, I was
You
saying
know what
name
I'd like to see though?
Dua Lipa. Huh.
Sequel to Role Models.
Oh, I know.
Dude, Paul Rudd, Sean William Scott, freaking the
Kiss My
little
Anthea?
blackhead Ronnie, the little nerdy white boy. I can't remember his name.
I don't know, but I don't know. I remember just I'm gonna run a train on these chicken fingers. When he says that, I'm just that is my favorite, like one of my favorite scenes from that movie. It's like I'm gonna run a train on these chicken fingers. Or
Tell her you miss her whispering eye.
and I miss you whispering. It means vagina. Oh my god, dude.
Dude, that's one of the best fucking movies ever. Oh god, I love that movie.
I do, and it was, that is a movie. It's like it's kind of right there with Step Brothers. I want a sequel so bad, but just because I want more.
I'd want
But
a
it's
sequel to that more than Step Brothers.
Probably because I think it'd be hard to do a sequel to Step Brothers. It'd be kind of like, what would they even do?
Yeah.
Like the obvious route is
Stepdads.
that's the thing. Like it's so obvious where they would go with it that I like almost don't even want it. Like it'd be each one of them with a family doing their same old shenanigans. Like if I had money, they'd probably throw Mark Wahlberg in there somewhere. I'm sure.
Probably. But like in Role Models where he's like Sean Ronnie kiss, and he's like, pull the trigger to my love
He's
gun.
talking
He's
about
like,
his
see,
dick.
Ronnie? He's talking about his dick, man. Love gun is his dick, man. He's like, these Jews got so much pussy. You wouldn't believe it.
Like there's a part of me that kind of wishes we would have done that for a Halloween costume, Kiss My Anthea.
Dude, we have to do it.
It's just the only thing, and maybe I'll be wrong. I hope I am. I feel like we would have to explain it, like because people the first instinct would be like,
no.
"Oh, kiss," I'd be like, "Well,
You're
actually,
like, my Anthea.
maybe that's what we gotta do." Cynthia, guy for her.
Anthea. Dude, that movie is it's so epic. It's so legendary.
It's one of those movies I could watch on repeat. Like I
could go to bed. I'm gonna watch it tonight when I go to bed now.
Taste the Beast.
Taste the Beast. By the way, this was poison.
See, that's another one I hate.
Did you hear that?
Like only about 10% of the people we would ever.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is now an Ethan and Bailey just quoting each other their favorite quotes, and you guys don't understand.
Yeah, we just
unless you watch Role Models, and we highly advise that you do.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it,
honestly, turn this podcast off right now and watch it, and then come back. Maybe rewind like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then you'll love the quotes.
Actually, you know what?
Boom.
Rewind 5 minutes. Pause it. Watch Spy Kids 3, Hereditary, and Midsummer. Sorry, but is what it is.
You have to do
And
it.
role models, and maybe Step Brothers. You know what? Just make it a whole movie day.
Watch Step Brothers and then top it off with role models and then come back. Like and
Actually, no,
subscribe.
we created follow for more content. Like, all right, that was 4 movies, all right?
Email us at qoqpodcast@gmail.com with any questions or suggestions or anything like that. This is brought to you by Home Depot. You know how many people, you know how upsetting it was that like when we makes our highlight our teasers that like only like 4 people realized it was the Home Depot theme song, and one of those 4 people was the people I wanted to be, which is my friend Hickey, Jonathan. He just texts me in the DM. He goes, "Is that the fucking Home Depot theme song?"
That's the
And
reaction
I was
we
like,
wanted.
"Yes," and he's like, "I fucking hate you guys." It's just like, yeah.
And I hate that we had to change it because I really
Yeah.
didn't want to because after
Copyright.
it was so gold, but like it's better for the future because like we wanted to promote on Instagram. Like
That's what happens when you start making money, you know, you start getting to like watch out for copyright, you know, things like that.
it's a big
So
issue on YouTube and stuff.
yeah, we're
But
you know, we now have, 3 people on the crew now, 3 salaries,
yeah, we probably should like we talked a little bit about Craig after
Craig, yeah,
the big fuck up. My bad.
he's been with us for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, he saved the episode. Honestly, what a guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Craig, man. Thanks.
Yeah, he even had a comment about it.
He's our guy in the chair.
Yeah, he's always behind the scenes. You don't see him because we actually take him off the display here just because it's not a video.
He turns off the video
shy.
and the mute, and he's just with us the whole time during the episode. He'll text us or like hint
Yeah,
at us,
anytime I'm
like,
looking at my phone, Craig's like,
subjects.
"Hey, dude, you're about to."
Hey, yeah, and then he'll be like, "Hey, wrap it up. You have 7 minutes left." That's what that's what Craig's there for.
The guy.
He's a great guy. I'm glad
the guy.
I'm glad we brought him on board.
Maybe
he's
we'll
got a
bring
lot
on
of
as like a guest spot one of these days.
I would love that. Yeah, we'll bring him on. We'll do like the black silhouette and be like, "And so yeah, I finished the episode."
Today we brought in a whistleblower talking about the UFOs.
Yeah, we're fucking crazy, man.
Like, is that Jonathan? Like,
No.
It's Dateline NBC.
dude, it always
So,
cracks me up though when they do that stuff. Like the
Dude,
like,
you're like,
today
dude,
we're
okay,
bringing
first
in-
of all, you can't hear them or
yeah,
understand
that's
what
what
they're
I'm saying.
saying.
Bro, we're bringing in a whistleblower from Area 51.
Yo, you're trying to Area 51, we gotta...
They sound like Bane. Like,
Dude, but so today's June 3rd.
correct?
This month we're supposed to get all that stuff releasing about aliens.
Dude, I know.
Nice.
I'm like,
Nice.
I've been all about aliens my whole life.
What do you think is gonna come out?
It's either gonna be a huge disappointment where they're like,
Or exactly what we want to
and
hear.
that's what I'm more leaning to. So like, all right, so like one of the greatest things so like I always like remember like back in like 2012, like that's all I watched on YouTube was like UFO videos and stuff like that. Big old nerd. But then like so like Tom DeLonge, like the old member of Blink-182,
Our guy. Where are
Okay.
you?
oh, I'm sick. But like that's
We
like
can't get started.
that's I had to hold myself back. But like that's like one of the things he picked up during like on going on tour was like looking into like UFOs and stuff, and like he's one of the big people behind why it's all coming to the surface now, because he like all that stuff's being brought to light, and now they're like, because I remember like a year ago they eventually like confirmed that they fund UFO research, like it's like a government funding. So
Yeah.
like
I'm here for it.
I'm there for it.
Gosh,
It's like
I wish the Area 51 raid really happened, man.
I not only do I wish it happened, I wish I could have been there, because I would have been like, I
know.
wouldn't have crossed the line, but I'd have made sure somebody else did. I'd be like, we gotta do it. You got it, man. Like,
Oh no, dude, you would have convinced me to cross the line, and then you would have had to cross the line with me because I did it. You know what I mean?
see, I don't like. You imagine though being like the guy to tell somebody to go, they get 2 steps off and just like they just get shot in the head. Like,
Honestly, I think I'd get like a rush out of it.
I'd be like, who's next? Like,
All right, so that guy got 2 steps in. I think you can get 4. I
start
think
playing
you
chicken
got
out
this,
of
man.
it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're a bitch, huh? She's gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. She's gonna do it. Come on,
The
man.
guy in the
Like,
sniper's
what's wrong
like,
with
what
you?
the hell is going on?
I can't remember like the Area 51 thing. I started watching Army of the Dead, that movie that came out on Netflix. I haven't
Zack
finished
Snyder
yet because I
film?
got about an hour and a half in. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, it's pretty fucking dope, dude.
The one
And
crazy. Yeah, man, go ahead.
what's up?
Like, no, no, no. It's completely like good.
But I love it because so Dave Bautista's in it. I love
Don't
Dave
spoil it.
Bautista, man. You know, from Batista's WWE, now he's like a big movie star. I'm here
Yes.
for it. Um, but the way it starts off is like they're driving. What?
Nothing. Nothing. That was for the audience only,
Okay.
but it fixed. You were frozen.
You are.
I was gonna go.
Yeah, you're frozen on my screen, dude.
Let it go.
Is your ping okay?
It doesn't matter. It's just probably not.
Okay. All right. We'll cut that out.
It's
Yeah,
too
we're
much
not gonna
damn
cut it
work.
out. Dave. So how it starts off is like they're like carrying a shipment, you know, and then it gets released and it's a zombie, and that kind of just like us talking about Area 51 reminded me of that because like they kind of are in a desert area and they talk about it. It's a pretty dope movie, and
Need to
I'm
watch it.
watching a zombie movie, and you know what it is? You watch a zombie movie, and then you're just like, okay, what kind of person would you be if you were in a zombie apocalypse? You know, like that's how you start thinking, and you're like, obviously, I'm gonna be a badass and I'm gonna kill a lot of zombies and shit. That's not where my head goes.
I'm gonna be a nomad. I'm gonna be off on my own. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be me, like my family, maybe, unless they're already dead. You know, be like me and one other person, me and you, and Alex, right? The three of us. Like we know our roles. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, what do you think our roles would be? I'm not gonna lie. As much as I don't want it to be, I have a
the
good feeling
housewife.
I'd be a gatherer.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd be the housewife. Yeah, as much as I don't want to
honestly,
be.
that's an admirable position in the apocalypse.
It's true.
How long before we killed each other?
Uh, the first time we disagree on something that's very important,
Like,
and then the person who dies is the person who disagrees with the other two.
so like, all right, so it's like, all right, Nesquik.
As soon as
pulls up.
Nesquik is brought up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, all right, you're the gatherer. You go out and like you go to like a Kroger, like, and you just grab Nesquik and you're just like, bring this back. And because you're you're like, and you bring it back,
Right.
and then Alex is dead.
That's true. Yeah, because we have the
He's
same
wrong.
standpoint on Nesquik. What if I spice it up and was like, I took Alex side and we killed you? Or we were like, or you and I were thinking the same thing, and so we said what Alex likes, and we were all just, and then we just agreed on. We were like, you and I were like, fuck,
Damn it, like
shit, we messed up. We're like,
but then
damn
we
it.
both look at each other like, asshole.
And then we're looking at each other like, you just tried to get me killed.
Protect it.
Yeah. And then it's just a lot of passive aggressiveness for the rest of our time,
But yeah,
just
it's
living
like,
on edge.
I don't know if it's an unhealthy thought to always like fantasize about like the apocalypse, but I do it all the time. Like anytime like
Dude,
the
it
world's like on the
sounds
brink
so
of
much
war,
fun.
I'm like, oh no, like the world's gonna end. But come into it, like I like I
So, I kind of want it to happen, right? But not right now because I'm not prepared yet. You know
like
what I
it's
mean?
like that TikTok or a Vine or whatever. Like if you seen where she like brings something, she goes, oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you're talking about.
that's exactly what it's like. It's like, oh no, people are gonna die, and people are gonna suffer.
It's not.
It's like, but
Is
it's
that
like
really the worst?
I've played the video games, and it's like, if I could run around a mall with like a
Yeah, like I just need to get prepared. Let me get a samurai sword. Let me get a bow. Let me get like
I want like a
you know,
prep time.
let me get a couple pistols. You know, because I want to carry pistols only, no ARs or like shotguns or anything like that. So I want to have pistols and like obviously like hunting rifles. You know, and then a bow and samurai sword, so everything can be pretty quiet. You know, and only use the pistols and hunting rifles when it's necessary. Um, and then just go about our ways.
And honestly, and it's why I think the most realistic way I think to live out that would be to like to become a like a homesteader, somebody who like because like have you ever heard like of a homesteader? I think that's the term.
I think so. Yeah.
Where they just kind of live off on their own and like they have basic
Like
supplies.
those videos I showed you about that one guy.
No, yeah, and like
Love that.
I watch his videos all. It's like the exact same thing where they just like, it's like depending on how deep into it they go. Sometimes they'll like make like grocery store trips, but it's like they're getting stuff for like months
Yeah.
because like a lot of times it's just them, maybe them and a dog, sometimes them and one other person, but that's normally about it. Then there's some people that do like whole families, like people live in Alaska and they get like supply
Alaskan
drops.
bush people or whatever they are.
Yeah, like Life Below Zero. If you ever watch that, it's kind of cool. Like it's a lifestyle I think would be awesome to live, but it'd be tough, honestly. But badass.
Dude, we have that like woodsy style in us, right? Like we both pull off flannels, right? You and I are different though when it comes to style, right? So we both pull off flannels. You got the hair and the beard for it, right? But I have like the big lumberjack build for the flannels. You know
We
what I mean?
cover the basis of the flannel look. We got it. We're the
Yeah,
best.
we cover it.
Hannah Montana said it best. We're the best of both worlds. Like,
Look at the best of
how
both
many times an
worlds.
episode did we break out into song? QOQ the musical?
QOQ the musical.
Oh my god.
QOQ.
QOQ the music.
QOQ Broadway?
All right. Who would you have play? All right. So if we did a QOQ the musical and it was like film production, who's playing you and who's playing me? Like we have to figure that out.
Okay. Okay. Let's
I don't
see
know if I
here.
want to go more jokingly or serious with this. Cause
What are some good musicals? I don't really watch a lot of.
no, pick an actor.
You know-
Like, pick it can be an actor. It doesn't have to be like a
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like literally like it's like a we're talking like I mean like La La Land with freaking Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Like those are actors inside of like a musical movie. Like it doesn't have to be like a Broadway actress or something. So just
you know who
basically,
I'd pick? Thought I had it. Never mind.
come on, man. You have me.
I'm so sorry.
I was
yeah,
I was
I
on the
left
edge
you
of
on
my
the edge
seat.
right there.
It's hard to kind of pick
Yeah, I
for
can't.
yourself.
It's hard to. Yeah, there's so many actors you want to pick from, and I'm trying to. I'd pick Jake Gyllenhaal.
I guess that makes me Heath Ledger.
What's wrong with you? Why would you say that?
I just had to make the joke.
God, that's so...
But what's your reasoning?
he's good looking. We a lot of people say we look alike. He's like my doppelganger. I feel like he's got a good pipes, you know. And he can make it funny when need to be, but if he'll also make it serious and passionate when need to be. Yeah.
I can see a bit of
Who's yours?
I can see a bit of Donnie Darko in you. I don't know. You know,
It's a lot of Donnie Darko in me.
this isn't actually like an actor, but somebody I've been told on multiple occasions that I look like, and I didn't even know this person existed. You ever heard of the show? I'm trying to pull it up. Chrisley Knows Best.
No.
Yeah, neither had I. But it's essentially it's kind of like like one of those like reality shows where it just follows a family, them doing their rich people things.
Let me look it up real quick.
But on 2 different occasions, 3 actually, I've been told. Now to be fair, I was wearing a mask with most of them, so maybe it's from the nose up. I was told I look like Chase Chrisley. And I remember the first time the guy told me that, like I had no idea who it was, and I'm like he's. I guess I look like I don't know. More blonder than me.
I could kind of see it.
I see, and if I had to take a guess, it's mainly from the nose up, because 2 of the times I've been told it's when I had a mask on. But
Yeah.
that's not my choice though. If you
You're
chose,
just going off your okay, you were just going on your doppelganger.
yeah, but if you
I'll
chose
tell you
Jake
my
Gyllenhaal, I'm
my
choosing Ryan
doppelganger.
Reynolds.
I love it. They have a good friendship.
That's like,
Have
have you seen like
and
the?
Hugh Jackman.
That's what I was about to say. Have you
Yeah.
seen the picture, the Christmas sweater picture?
Yeah. So you're talking about your doppelganger. You know how I've been told on several occasions who I look like?
Yeah.
A young John Belushi.
Unbelievable. Why
The
can't
guy
I?
from Animal House.
Oh, yeah, I could see
Look
that.
up look up
when your
young
hair
John
was a little,
Belushi.
when your hair was a little bit longer too, I think.
Yeah. It is it's bad, Bailey. I was like, kind of like hurt by it at first. But now honestly, I love the idea of it, man. Like he is such a funny guy. And what are you doing?
Please grow out your hair.
Dude, yeah, I know. Like when I had my hair in high school and I grew it out, me and John Belushi, twins.
Oh my! Like when I was envisioning in my head, I was like, yeah, I could see it a little bit. And I pulled a picture. I'm like, if they want to make a documentary about you, might want to like kick up your acting skills and go ahead and throw in an audition
Yeah.
because they might be like,
And I'm
is that the
he's
reincarnation?
a funny guy. I'm a funny guy, but also like if we look alike, like do we live the same lifestyles? Like he died young. Do I die young?
Think about
But
you
yeah,
die in your
so
prime.
Jess's parents, John Belushi. A guy I work with, John Belushi. Another guy I work with, John Belushi. And then every time they say it, everyone around them agrees, and they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, you look like a young John Belushi." And I'm just like, "Shit,
Thanks. Like
okay,
it's been validated.
yeah." I'm just like, "Okay." And then I start looking at it, I'm like, "I look like a young John Belushi."
I mean, it's best to just accept it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though. Animal House is a classic movie, and I like he's obviously like your favorite in the movie, because he's just the funny guy.
Yeah, and that kind of fits. It's like I've been told on several occasions I
Actually,
look like Britney Spears, and I just accept it at this point.
yeah.
But shit,
Now, my second for our musical, I would pick Paul Rudd
I don't.
if that was like a backup
Yeah,
choice. And Jake Gyllenhaal, he canceled because he got sick or something.
yeah. I don't know what my other one would be.
Jason Segel,
Yes, I take that. Take that
I
in a
like it.
heartbeat. I
Paul
like
Rudd,
it a
dude,
lot.
I need him back in the comedy movies that he used to do. Like I Love You, Man, Role Models. Like he's hilarious and Avengers and all that. But I need him back in those movies where they can say some shit.
Some R-rated.
Yeah. Like I remember like hearing people, they're like, "Yeah, man, Ant-Man is so funny. Like this guy's a great." And you're like, "Dude, have you seen his other movies? Like I Love You, Man,
Like, have you seen this new actor Paul Rudd?
Role Models?
Like,
Like what else is he plays in This Is the End for a little bit? He's played like
he's in
so
This
many
Is
other
the End. I
movies.
didn't know.
Yeah, he's delivering the drop off party drugs, and he gets stomped on.
Nice. Rewatch that movie.
I can't remember what other movies he plays in, but
A
they're
lot.
great.
He's in
Forgetting
Anchorman.
Sarah Marshall, Anchorman, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
He has a
What's
lot
your
of
name?
small roles.
Pete. We call you Pete Pill Pete.
Yo, peep, peep.
You got a lot of pain behind those eyes, Pete. Gosh. That's another dude. Jason Segel, Paul Rudd. It's a great duo.
It's as good as it gets.
I remember the first time we were watching Forgetting Sarah Marshall, the unrated version where it shows Jason Segel's dick. And I was like, "Hey, can you turn this up?" And as you turn it up,
perfectly.
it showed his dick. The most perfect timing ever. We were just like,
The volume
yeah,
bar, like,
we were like, we didn't get to see a dick. We were like, what, like 13, 14?
oh yeah. But of course, he made it a huge deal too.
Yeah, you're like, we didn't look at his dick. We're not gay.
Thank Christ.
That's such a weird like thing that when you grow up, you're like, you don't like do things like that because you're like, if I do it, it makes me gay. You know what I mean? It's so backwards.
Very much so.
The world we live in, Bailey. The world we live in.
And honestly, that's
What
why.
else?
Towards Apocalypse. They were about almost a minute in, so it's maybe either hit one more thing or kind of wrap
You said
it.
a minute and 10 or an hour and 10?
A minute 10, dude. It's only. I know it's been a long ass minute.
You're like,
Hour
yeah,
10.
I'm not gonna lie. I just clicked record a minute and 10 ago.
just honestly, I wouldn't.
And I'd
I
be
wouldn't feel
like-
hurt by that, but after last episode, I wouldn't be surprised if we stopped this and I'd be like, all right, cool. So Ethan, you're not even in it. It's just a solo podcast. I'm sorry, bud.
I'd be kind of crushed, man.
I know we'd redo it.
We took our week off. We had busy weeks. We didn't unfortunately get to do our in-person podcast,
But in 2 weeks,
but in 2 weeks we will. Where Bailey and I Going to Morgantown, West Virginia.
We'll just make a vlog.
Staying at a golf resort. Yeah, we're gonna take videos of
"Hey,
our
guys."
golf trip, our hikes, that kind of stuff. Although, by the way, I need you to pick up my golf clubs from my house.
Too bad.
What'd you say?
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
I'll pick them up.
Gosh. I'm about to go grab my ring and
Like,
put it
pick 'em
on,
up
the one
yourself.
ring.
Don't even joke about that. I don't want to get into your head. I'll take it. I'll take that shit right away from you.
It draws. You're drawn to it.
You don't understand how much it took for me to not, like, when you showed it to me, to not just
Take it from me and put it on.
because
By
I
the way,
held it in my
guys,
hand.
Ethan has the one ring.
You've become the guy.
I'm Frodo. He is Sam.
I'd take it.
Honestly, because if you think about it, if we were in those roles, like I'd be like Frodo, like I would not want to destroy it, and I'd become attached to it and things like that. And you'd just be a loyal friend, like just
like,
trying to help me out,
Destroy the ring, Frodo.
I love the memes where it's like Frodo, where he goes, "All right, then, keep your secrets to yourself."
Oh man.
I love it. So anytime someone like says something they did, like they're not going to say it, I'll send them the picture of that. It says, "All right, then, keep your secrets to yourself," with the Frodo grin.
I'm so glad you watched Lord of the Rings and the
I
Hobbit.
know, man. Me too.
Wait, you've seen the
And the
Hobbit,
Hobbit.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool,
I watched
cool.
him when I worked night shift. Oh, what are you doing tonight during your free time at night shift? If there wasn't anything going on, I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings extended version.
Been the weekend in Middle Earth. We're fucking nerds, bro.
It makes me. I'm glad you got me to watch it, but I'm also kind of upset because you know how I am. I get big into things and I'm going to buy things. I'm going to buy merch. I'm about to buy the Lord of the Rings Monopoly, but that's worth it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
One Ring was worth it. Those Hey Dude shoes that were Lord of the Rings engraved
That may have
weren't
been
worth
going.
it, but they were
Tempting.
dope though.
I would have been like, dude, I can't believe you bought them, but I've been like, nice.
And then what's the quote? It said, not all who travel are lost," or something
Not
like
all
that.
who wander.
Not all who wander are lost. It's a good quote. But I love it, like the details on the shoe. You can see who's who, and you see Gandalf the Grey.
That's what I'm saying.
kind
When
of
we
shit.
ever go to the Renaissance Festival, it's gonna be a goddamn blast. Like,
We walk in, we're just crying. They're like, "What's wrong?" You're like, "First time," and you're like, "Yeah."
especially if they do jousting. Oh, dude, I know you'd be into that. It's dope.
You think if they were like, "All right, are there any volunteers who wants to joust?" You and I just,
Oh, I'd pull a Katniss. Like, I'd be like loud and proud of volunteers tribute. Like, be like, all right, that's two. Like, which one do we
and then-
choose? Be like, have them go against each other.
let's have, and we're just like, shit. Oh my god, we're jousting each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna wear any armor. I'm gonna go, William, and just.
and we're not even using
probably
like
die.
flattened joust. It's like like only one. There can be only one.
That's what okay. Should I do it? Should we buy a lance just to have one? Like a jousting lance? Those like 15-foot.
It's like I can just imagine it, like future like house, you got kids to like, honey, do we
The man
have
cave?
it's like, do we have to have it in the living room? It takes up the entire wall.
Yeah. It's gonna be so I have to make sure that when I have my man cave, that one of the walls is long enough that I can hang it.
You're like drawing up
And
the
then
plans, like,
also,
all right, what's a
right-
must? You know the average size of like a lance? A lance?
Lots.
About that long. Like,
And then right above it will be my patents of nobility.
man can change his stars.
And then right next to it will be my lordship that refers to that me being a lord.
We've changed our stars, Ethan.
Yeah. And then off next to it will be hanging up Longclaw, Jon Snow's sword, the 70-inch sword from Ned Stark, and then Brienne of Tarth's Oathkeeper.
I
And then the next wall right across from it, right? The WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the old style run, you know, the one that Undertaker and Batista wore,
Yeah.
replica in a stand. Next to that, a lightsaber hilt.
See-
And then next to that, the medal from what they got in A New Hope.
Yeah,
Come
or like the dice from the Millennium. This is why I am so damn convinced that when we get the bar up and going, the design of this bar is going to be so badass.
Dude,
Like, just
QOQ
that
bar.
that alone will bring people in. Like, it's because you want that.
Memorabilia is
No,
you love
like
people love
remember
seeing
Applebee's
that
when they used
shit.
to have like the old stuff up at the top. Like you just like you want like not only do you want like when they sit down you have to wait for your food. You want the experience of them going like, cool, like make it like a
You don't want
tourist.
them to just look at TVs and be bored
You
that
don't want them to look at
they're
TVs
watching-
or other people's
they're
food
watching-
like, oh, I'm hungry. What'd they get? You're gonna be distracted by all
and
that.
then them looking at every TV watching Friends on subtitles or like watching
Yeah.
watching a college basketball game between two non-ranked teams. You know what I mean? Like
No, you come into
on a
QQ
Tuesday
to
afternoon.
escape the screens and just look around, look up. The only time you're gonna be
Dude,
looking at the
yeah.
screens is when QQ is recording live.
That's it. That's it. And then we're doing our daily pick 5 lottery numbers.
Like, I have so many ideas that I have to take Advil on a reg, like, because it's just I can't express the ideas until these episodes.
We have to write these down, right? So just like the bar looks like a man cave, kind of like it's kind of that style, you know, just like all the cool shit is
It's
in it.
just something
honestly,
for everybody.
Like some of the things like aren't like too expensive, right? Like the lightsaber hilt, like $200, you
Yeah,
know.
it
But
depends, yeah,
once you have it and in the stand, you have it for good, you know.
Yeah.
The WWE replica belt with the stand is like $400. Once you have it, it's in the stand. You can display it, all that, you know. And like just the medal from the New Hope, $85. But in between, right in the middle of the two things, is my poker table.
You know what that'd be kind of cool too? In like the very middle of the bar, have like a big fire, like a hearth, keep the place warm.
Dude, that'd be kind of cool.
And it's like electric, so you just turn on, off, on, off.
Oh, question.
Answer.
I think you'll say yes, but we have a patio or like an outside where it has
Yes.
chairs and stuff where
Yes.
you can
Yes.
smoke cigars,
Yes.
drink beer. Yeah, right. We have to.
Yeah.
And then it has those like the Lumineer light bulbs, you know, those kind of light bulbs hanging around.
We about to take the dopest ass picture ever. Is that what you're about to tell me?
100%. And we'll sell cigars at the bar too. Who doesn't love cigars?
Yeah, we'll have a cigar room.
No vapes, no jewels.
We're classy.
We're men.
And we'll always be wearing flannels.
And you know what you can do, right? So you know how like at bars they have like a regular draft and then like a tall beer, right? We'll do regular and tall, and then horn.
I also thought about introducing mead.
I say we do it because why the hell not?
Exact like
Because one man that's kind of like us that has that personality and like their thought, they're like, dude, give me a cup of mead just because.
it's yeah. There's not gonna be you're not gonna be able to classify this bar in one word. Just it'd
They're
be
like,
impossible.
I might not enjoy it, but I'm gonna enjoy it.
No. The first time I ever had mead, that's my thought process. Like I know what mead is. I drank it in video games. I may not like it, but I'm gonna like it.
Exactly.
I liked it.
And then we have like dude, it's just and then like the pints like in Lord of the Rings, right? But they're wooden.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to be able to
keep the beer that cold, you know, but it's fine.
I would love to make it so where you could take it home too. Like it might be expensive, so we'd have to find a
Just
way to
purchase it.
Yeah. Like that would be like the drink. So you like it'd be kind of expensive, maybe like not
Ooh,
expensive.
what if you made it a challenge, right? You drink this pint of beer or ale, right, in under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Take it home
Take it home and get put up on the wall.
with a picture
Yeah, that's what yeah.
and like a free T-shirt.
Maybe Polaroid pictures too.
Dude, we're onto something, Bailey. We really are.
Or get like a sketch artist, make like a bounty picture, like old school.
Oh,
Like
that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Dude, you know what my favorite thing about this podcast is though? Uh, like this. These are the conversations we've always been having, like the off, like
It's so
unscripted.
true.
But now they're recorded. So like when we have those moments, we're like, damn it, what were we talking about?
We just
It's
go back on the
documented.
episodes.
Exactly, like it's documented.
That's true. Yeah, because we can. I was about to say, I was like, oh, we can't pull this up because like you don't save all the. After a while, they delete, and I was like, dude,
YouTube?
they get posted on YouTube. I'm like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, and if we ever need to edit stuff from YouTube, I can convert that into an MP4 and easy.
Gold. Scots.
See too long. That
See that. Gosh, I love that. Or the louder one is like, Scots, feed you long.
see that.
Feed it. Love that. All right, what are we, like an hour 15? Probably a good time to wrap up.
Yeah, we're approaching our max.
All right, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is Quantity Over Quality, episode 8.